So most people think the best way to make more money with Amazon KDP is to simply just publish more books. And that is not always the case. Because if you already have a book that's selling, there's a few things that you can do to make that book sell more before publishing new books. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the one book publishing structure and show you how you can get the most from one book. Hey everybody, I'm Emeka and this is the Publishing Academy YouTube channel. And my goal is really simple, to give you what I hope is the best free KDP info on YouTube in hopes that it starts making you some money. And so one day, once you're making some money, you can work with me and I can upscale you to $20, $30, $40, or $50,000 a month like some of our students. So until then, let's pay attention. The biggest mistake a lot of KDP publishers try to make, especially new ones like me in the beginning, is they just try to publish more books in order to make more money. But sometimes that's counterintuitive. You don't always want to just publish more books. More books equals way more complexity. It's like doing more research, there's more keywords, there's more covers, there's more ads that you have to manage. So it adds a lot more complexity to your business when you just start shotgunning and publishing a whole bunch of new books all the time. A better approach is to take the asset that you already have and ensure that you extract as much income from that one asset as possible. And if you're not following me, asset is your book, because when you have a book, that's an asset that you put on Amazon that makes you money, just like an apartment would make you money if you own an apartment. So the very first thing that you can do is you can make sure you're maximizing all your formats. So a lot of publishers will publish the ebook or they'll just publish the paperback, but they don't publish like the hardcover or they don't publish the audiobook. You want to ensure you're giving your readers every single option that they have to buy. Now, of course, I'm speaking for high content nonfiction books. If you got a coloring book, don't publish an ebook. You'll just get in trouble from Amazon. But guess what you should publish? A hardcover, right? Oh, you got an activity book? Publish a hardcover activity book. And if you don't know why, I'm not even going to tell you right now. I just tell you, go publish it. You'll sell the occasional hardcover activity book. But bottom line is you're just going to sell more paperback activity books by publishing hardcover activity book. I don't know why more people don't talk about that. That's like no brainer. It's like most of my coloring books all have hard copies. Anyways, I digress. Maximize the formats that you can do. Publish your ebook, obviously. Publish your paperback, publish your hardcover, and get an audiobook done. Even though it costs a little bit of money to get your audiobook, whatever created, it's well worth the investment because now customers have all four options that they can purchase it from. A lot of customers, they'll start off with like, maybe it's your audiobook, but then they realize I need to be following along in the actual paperback. So they buy the paperback as well, or vice versa. But by not taking advantage of all four formats that you can publish your book on, you're just leaving money on the table. Now, audiobooks. I talked about that a little bit on the first point, but I have notes for a standalone point on this. Look, audiobooks are the fastest growing market still today. They have been for the last few years, and they just continue to surpass ebooks and they continue to surpass physical books as well. And it's still extremely, extremely low competition compared to what you'll find on KDP. So if you have a format or if you have a book that you can easily convert into an audiobook by using one of the ACX narrators or whatever the case is, please go publish your audiobook. You're just leaving money on the table. Now, what about those of you who don't have access to ACX because you're outside of one of the 3 or 4 countries that ACX works in? Guess what you can do? You can go to Upwork, go to Fiverr, you can pay a narrator like $200 to narrate the book, and then you can go publish it on Spotify. There are people making a killing right now with their audiobooks on Spotify. There you go. There you go. Okay. All right, let's talk about distribution. Yes, Amazon is the end all and be all of all distribution. That's where you want to be focused. As soon as your book is published on Amazon, what you should do, leave your ebook on Amazon. Don't waste your time publishing that anywhere else. But what you should do is you should take your paperback, your hardcover too, if you really want, and publish it on Ingram Spark. Ingram Spark is so slept on still. You can easily make an extra $10, $20, $30, $40,000 a year with zero effort by just taking your Amazon books and publishing them on Ingram Spark. It is a no-brainer. There are no ads you need to run. There is no marketing you need to do. There is nothing else. I will give you this one tip for Ingram Spark, SEO. I have probably like 50% more details on my Ingram Spark listings than I do my Amazon KDP listings. That's one of the reasons my books do really, really well on Ingram Spark. It works differently than how Amazon KDP works. So you got to feed it different data. But Ingram Spark, please don't sleep on it anymore. I got to put some screenshots that I think are really cool from some of our students that have been making an absolute killing on Ingram Spark. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? Now, this next one is one that even I've been sleeping on a little bit, but we're doing what we can to make the transition. It's translations. And you think about it, you have your book completely done, and all you have to do is just go get a translator to translate the whole thing. I don't think AI is fully there yet where you can give it the entire manuscript and it'll translate the entire book for you done correctly. So you don't need to do any editing or anything. I don't think we're there yet. I'm sure we will be soon. But translating your book into Spanish, into French, into German, makes selling those markets so much easier. And there are some publishers, they specialize in non-English markets. Like 90% of their income comes from non-English market, right? There are German publishers with no English books, and they absolutely make a killing just in Amazon Germany. So that's definitely something that you don't want to be sleeping on there. Okay, the next one is bundles. Bundles, I feel, are one of those things that we used to do bundles really well back in the day, like when I first started. And then it kind of dropped off and people stopped doing bundles as much. The way you do a bundle is really easy. Say you have 2 books out in the same niche, right? And they're on the same niche, the same topic. And so all you do is you just put those 2 books together. And then you sell that one book, which is 2 books in one, as a 3rd book. And you search new keywords and do more marketing for it. And the whole idea is now it's a 2-book bundle. So you're able to sell it for significantly more money and make like $10, $12, $13, $14 royalty on it because it's a higher value. It's a higher perceived value for the customer. So your ROI on that is massive compared to the single books. So it's a great way to add some extra income into your portfolio every single month by just bundling the current books that you have together and selling them as one. Now, don't go crazy. We can't bundle like books A, B, and then you come up with book C. You can't make bundle A, B, and C now, or you can't do bundles B and C, right? You got to play by the rules and do it smart. We don't want to get in trouble or anything like that, but don't sleep on bundles. Bundles are money and they're easy because you've already got the books ready. So, and then I'm going to leave you with this last tip. And this one does require publishing more books. Okay. But this is so overlooked. When you find a keyword that's working and it's making you money, publish more books on that exact same keyword and then just do that over and over again until you've completely worn it out. So many people, they'll find a keyword or a topic and they'll start making money on it. And then maybe they'll publish one more, but then they'll go look for a new niche. And that's just the wrong approach. I have like 5 or 6 books on the same keyword just because they sell and you just angle them slightly different. Or you literally publish another one on the same keyword. It's the same type of book. It's just written in a different way. And yes, you can use the same pen name, or you could just use a different pen name and just compete with yourself, because that's a strategy a lot of people like to use as well, right? Because customers, they're going to see 2 completely different books from 2 completely different authors. However, you own both those pen names. So you get paid no matter what. And that's something that I think a lot of people have been sleeping on as well. So when you find a keyword, wear it out, publish 4, 5, 6, 7 books on that exact same keyword. Milk it. Get everything you can from it before you move on, because you've put all this work in, you've put all the research in, you've done everything right. Finally find something that's making a little bit of money on Amazon. Why are you running away from it, right? Let's milk it. Let's take advantage of it as much as we possibly can. So yeah. So guys, the idea here is simple. Once again, just to recap, it's when we've put all the work in to create this asset on Amazon, we don't want to just move to the next one. We want to make sure we maximize everything we can from each individual asset before moving on to the next one, right? That's one of the easiest ways to ensure that your book is going to be selling for years down the road, right? This is the long-term business we want. You want your books, like I still make money off my books that I published 9 years ago, almost, I guess, 10 years ago coming up, 10 years ago. Those books still make me money today because I was thinking long term. But if your books aren't selling, none of these strategies are going to work for you. So watch this video where I break down the brutally honest reasons why Amazon KDP books don't sell and what you should actually focus on if you want them to start selling again. Till next time, everybody, I'm Emeka. Peace.